Welcome, everybody, to Indiana Basketball Weekly on the Gruely True Sports Network. I am your co-host, Mike Goodpaster, along with my esteemed colleague, 1981 national champion, combined for 26 points with Isaiah Thomas in the 81 championship game. Help me welcome back to the show. This is like our 8th year, Steve Risley.
There you go. And they doubled my salary. I'm getting paid 2 times what I got paid
Actually,
last
this
year.
is this is the 9th year we've done this show.
Oh, is it? No, well, I
And
did
this
one
is
under.
I think this is the year where I've had the most hope, Steve. I mean,
Me
I like
too.
the coach.
Yeah.
I like the roster. I think this team's got a chance to do something. We saw them play against Marian in what was probably not a great matchup, and
Oh.
they destroyed Marian, which they should do. But the thing that really shined most to me, well, I'm going to ask you first. What was the thing that stood out the most to you in the scrimmage against Marian?
Well, I had three things really I got to watch it on Big Ten Plus. Yeah, you can't take a lot away from this game in terms of competitiveness, but you can look at Indiana as a product and to see how much they're progressing in practice right now. Practice right now for these guys is just a grind. I remember this point, and this was really the hardest point because you're itching to play games. You want to get a uniform on. You're tired of your stinky practice gear, and you want to play against somebody other than the same guy you look at every day for 3 or 4 weeks in practice. So a lot of takeaways. I thought ball movement was really good with this team. I thought they shared well, they passed the ball well. That's a very good sign this early where DeVries has done a good job of establishing the hierarchy on this team possibly to where people aren't fighting for the ball to let me show coach I can score. I thought that was really good. I thought really Tucker DeVries is anointed himself or established himself in this first setting. Again, his first setting as the alpha male on this team, what I will call it. Kind of the dominant player. He's going to be the go-to guy. He's the guy right now that I would say would be Jimmy Chitwood or Jimmy whatever it is asking for the ball and he'll make it. He's that guy right now. Now,
Yeah,
some other
Steve. I
players,
mean, we've been looking for shooters. He was 7 for 9 from the field,
yeah,
5 of 7 from distance, 4 of 5
uh-huh.
from the free throw line. But on top of that, this was all done in what, like 25 minutes or something.
Yeah.
But
Nobody got more than 20, 25 minutes playing
he
time.
also
Yeah.
had 6 assists, the team high, 5
No,
rebounds,
I
2
think he's the
steals.
alpha male of this team right now. Be it coach's son, be it a guy who's had the most experience playing under coach's system. But and I think this is a good thing for this team. I thought the defensive intensity was really good, especially considering they were doubling this guys on point production at least 2-1 on every possession, basically. Um, the defensive intensity stayed up almost to a fault sometimes, to where they were getting to the point where they wanted to overcommit on passing lanes. Um, they wanted to try and block shots and got in shot fake situations. But I am nitpicking right now. I'm talking about a good high school team playing the WNBA team. It's a whitewash.
Actually, the good high school team was smoked.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Michael
Yeah.
Houghton says, "Hi, guys, from cold northern Hartford City, Indiana." Michael, I thought your butt was living in Florida on the beach. That's where all the pictures that he posts
Yeah.
from are now. You just see a
Um,
picture of his feet in the ocean. Seems very
and then
unfair.
the only other thing I really took away from this game was a lot of mistakes, a lot of passing errors and things like that, overcommitting a little bit. But that'll come with the quality of the opponent goes up. You're not going to be able to overcommit so easily. You're not going to be so superior athletically that you are in a game like this. So really not a lot you can take away from this other than since March of last year, we saw an IU basketball uniform out on the field, on the court.
Well, and
And
actually, for the first time in many years, I think we saw one that played like a team, played hard,
yeah,
and had
the
shooters.
intensity of this game, I mean, the intensity by IU was impressive considering, but I think that's just everybody wanting to get out hard and kind of establish their role on this team.
Yeah, but they did not look like this in the past years against Marion.
No, they did not. No. But we're under a completely different regime right now and a completely different culture and mentality. We'll get to talk about that just a little bit. So takeaways from the game, those were the three things I took away from it.
My
Not
takeaway
much.
was this.
Actually, I took myself away from it pretty quickly because the Colts were playing the Chargers, and I was like, rather than study this game, I'm going to go.
Regular season game. So, all right, Trent Sisley is the guy to me. I mean, any IU fans that followed the August trip to what was it, Puerto Rico, saw glimpses of his stellar play and highlights. But the 6 foot forward tied for a team high with 23 points, shot 7 of
Mhm.
9, 4 for 4 from 3 point range, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. And I think the one concerning thing when you look at the roster is maybe we're a little thin in front court depth. So I think Sisley is going to carve out a regular role in his first season here as a freshman. And I mean, the dude could play. And I know I see him listed as like the first guy off the bench in the front court. I think it's going to be really hard to keep him not from being a starter and playing 35 minutes a game by the time this is all said and done.
Yeah, no doubt. There's a lot I like about Sisley. First off, the Isley in his name's pretty good. You know.
Yeah, we've never had one of those that could score.
Hey, now I was going to bring that up too. Now this is his first game. He got 23 points, right? In my first game in an IU uniform against the Russians, I scored 24. So don't give me
Yeah.
that crap. There's a
But your
long
mom
road
told you
to
how
go
many
for.
points she scored, and every time you
But
scored a bucket, she counted it as
here's
5.
what's most fun for me about Sisley, other than the fact that he does have most of my last name tied into his, is that this is a natural freshman coming into the world of nil money and nil transfers and things. This is a kid who came right out of high school and is establishing himself. And I agree with you entirely. You're not going to keep Sisley out of the lineup long. This kid's tough nosed. He looks to score. He was an offensive threat. Takes good shots. I thought his shot selection was good. And again, he like Tucker only got like 25 minutes maybe at most. What did he get minute wise? You've got it there. I've got it here. 26 minutes. So again, 23 points in 26 minutes for a natural freshman in a world dominated by nil transfers now. I like this kid, and I think this kid is maybe by the end of the season be the go-to guy instead of Tucker. We'll see. Who knows? I'm always fearful of a guy who's the go-to guy whose life is a shooter, unless you're Steph Curry. If you're Steph Curry, go to him every chance you get. Lakers learned that lesson last night.
Yeah.
But Sisley seems to me he looked like he had a little bit of a mid-range shot. Looked tough underneath, goes after it. Just one of a lot of players on this team really that complement each other and are going to make significant contributions day in and day out. But you're not going to keep Sisley out of the starting lineup long.
Yeah, another guy that I think, and you can read Michael's comments there if you're watching on YouTube. Another guy who I think really stood out to me was Sam Alexis, because we talked about, rim protection, stuff like that might be an issue. Alexis was a dude in Puerto Rico that over that, what was it, 3-4 games, averaged 13 points a game. He's transferred in from Florida, very good program. In the 18 minutes against Marian off the bench, he recorded a double-double with 13 points, 10 rebounds. He was 6 of 9 from the field. He had 2 assists, 2 block shots. And I think the big thing here is I think Sam Alexis gives this team some physicality that they're going to need. He can block shots, he can bang and give a little bit of a physical presence. I think he's going to be a pivotal part of IU's rotation if they're going to be a successful team this season.
Well, I think that Sam Alexis has an important part of this basketball program right now. And the fact that he's coming from Florida, national champion. He's played at this level.
He's played beyond this level, Steve.
He's played beyond the level of these players, but not beyond the level of the program, what it's capable of doing. So I think right now Sam Alexis is a big, at least an early season cog. And if he can establish himself, he has all the tools. I mean, he made contributions for Florida, came in here now, and as a cultural leader, I see him as being somebody who helps Coach DeVries set the culture of championship winning basketball for this program and can be a player representative of the coaching saying, hey, this is how we did things in Florida. This is how we got things done. He knows when to get on players, when not to get on players. So, yeah, I see Sam Alexis as having a critical role down the pathway of this team.
Yeah, and we do have some injuries headed into the season here. You got Nick Dorn, who's recovering from his second surgery, had a Jones fracture in his foot. He is participating in non-contact drills, seems to be getting closer to full health. You got Jason Drake, who's dealing with a toe injury. Alexei Ristic, who had a foot injury and was seen wearing a boot. I mean, back in late September, he's still out. So there are some guys here. This is a team that I think depth-wise is pretty good because we've talked before, usually your sweet spot's right around 8 guys in your rotation. I think this is a team that can easily do that. And when you talk about the coaching, I think they've got the right coach. I mean, what we saw was a team that played fast, they played defense, and they shot the three. And I think that's what we've been waiting for here for a while, Steve.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up the coaching staff. First off, from there, the depth of this team is good. The thing that's amazing about this team is they have 13-man roster right now. None of them were on Indiana's roster last year.
Yeah,
I mean, this is completely new. This is a whitewash. And I looked over this morning, been prepping for this. There is no former Indiana basketball player tied to this program right now whatsoever.
but you got a lot of guys that looked like they could have played basketball.
Yeah, it's exactly right. I mean, Sisley would have been me in 1981. He was the same type of player. He's okay. Like I said, he's a better scorer. He's got more gift, but I didn't have AAU. Whatever. I'm not going to defend myself. I've got a championship ring. He does not. Kiss my ass. All right.
I didn't say a word this entire
time. Go get a ring and talk to me. All right. That's all I'll ever say about.
I can go get some of my rings if you want. Show them to you.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them too. So
no, you got one.
I got Hall of Fame ring too. You didn't have one.
Yeah, but I don't. How do you know I'm not in the Hall of Fame?
I didn't say you. I said Sisley.
Okay. So I will tell you this: the thing that impresses me is when you look at the starters in the back.
Well, let me get back to one thing before you go there. I'm sorry. I wanted to finish the point. I looked at the roster of assistant coaches on this basketball team. Yeah, all of them have major college experience. That's what killed Mike Woodson in my eyes. Is Mike did not bring on board coaches that could help him. Mike had never coached in college basketball. God knows I love Mike to death. He's a teammate. I've known him since
he brought in some guys that were supposed to be good recruiters.
Right. Yeah. He thought he could recruit and get ready for the NBA. One out of every player every 2 or 3 years makes it in the NBA on a program. But anyway, regardless of that, the assistants that he has all have great experience at places like Georgetown, major universities, Maryland. They're coming from good, solid programs. And he's built a really strong assistant coaching staff. He's had great success. He's got a 714 winning percentage in college basketball right now.
I think he's 6th in all of college basketball for guys that have coached.
And you got what we're going to do, what he's got to do, and everybody's going to do is the inevitable comparison now to Signetti. I mean, because he's coming from a lot of the same boat that Signetti came from. And the success Signetti's had with the football program, that's just put a few more pounds of weight on DeVries' shoulders. Right here is okay. Now you're expected because Indiana is still home of basketball. There are no championship banners hanging in Memorial Stadium yet.
There's gonna be.
Yeah, there will be soon.
There's a couple Big Ten championship banners, 1945,
yes,
1968.
Yeah. No, I love our football program. I just ordered a new jersey this morning, my home jersey.
So, see, I need to get to the point where I start buying Indiana basketball stuff again.
I know.
I've got Indiana football.
I've got some Indiana football stuff coming too. I went
what I was talking about.
I'm out here in Los Angeles. I went to Roger Dunn Golf Store, and of course, everything out here is USC, UCLA. Okay, so
really nobody goes to their games. It's amazing they can sell shirts.
Oh, I know they do. But all the golf bags, all the golf balls, all the stuff like in Indianapolis, it would all be IU Purdue stuff. Here, it's all UCLA. So I proudly marched in. And a lot of Oregon stuff here too, believe it or not. I proudly marched into the golf store with my big Indiana football jersey on. Just laughing. Y'all don't know sports.
Michael Houghton says, glad to see you back and healthy, Steve.
There you go.
And I'll tell you this, the thing that I like about it, when I look at the 2 deep depth chart that they put out October 21st, you got Connor Enright as the starting guard. You got Tatum Connerway, who's your backup point guard. You got Jason Drake, who's out with an injury. You've got Tatum Connerway as your shooting guard. So the backup's Josiah Miles there. Lamar Wilkerson is your starting forward. Nick Dorn is the backup there. I think Dorn has been injured, but I think Dorn is the one that's expected to be back, maybe even for the Baylor game. And then you got Tucker DeVries, and then you got Trent Sisley as his backup, which I'm sure Sisley's probably going to move around. You may play a little. I mean, you got to have Sisley in the game. Reed Bailey is your starting center. Sam Alexis is the backup center. I mean, that's 10 guys. Really, it's 9 guys because Connerway's the backup.
Well, Mike,
that's 9 guys that can play.
Yeah, you're a stellar, outstanding coach, and you know damn good and well in preseason. Depth charts don't mean crap.
They do, because last year when I looked at the depth chart, I saw 5 starters. I didn't see other people.
I see right now a 13 solid players, all of who I think can make contributions. You know, here's what you're facing. You know, 2 of the players on his team haven't played on a team with a winning record in college. Miles and Harris have not played on a team with a winning record. 4 haven't played in the NCAA tournament, and not including the freshmen. Reed, Bailey, Wilkerson, Doran, and Drake have never played in the tournament. 3 more have no college experience. It's Sisley, Ristic, and I'm going to butcher this one, Andreev Asimovic.
That's the worst thing that could ever happen to the show is when they went out and got a couple foreign players.
I know. We're no good at that. We're Hoosiers doing.
They could have got some Canadians. We could have pronounced that. Ryan Peters says, "Hey, gentlemen, hope you are well. Yeah. Go Hoosiers."
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, this team is necessarily, but what that tells me about this team, Mike, is that it gives DeVries an incredible chance to build his culture and set his culture. That's the most critical thing DeVries can be doing with this basketball team right now.
Well,
is to build and set a culture and establish it.
The foundations for it should already be established just a few months in. And I think that what we saw, and I'm not going to rip Mike Wissett or Archie Miller or any coach we've had in the last 30 years, but I don't think you've really seen much culture here. And I think that's why all these coaches have failed. I think what you see now is I think you see a team that we haven't seen them play a real game yet. Okay. And we'll get to the schedule.
We'll get the schedule here in
which is much harder than what it was last year. But I think this team is built in the way that the coach wants to coach. And the way this coach wants to coach is play hard-nosed basketball, shoot the 3, defend well, move the ball, be unselfish. I think the way the last coach wanted was he wanted an NBA team where you went out, you get your own, and then to hell with everybody else. And that's what we saw. So do you want to go ahead and take a look at the schedule, Steve?
Yeah, we can look at it quickly. I don't think it, tells you a whole lot.
Well, I think it tells you.
Baylor coming up. It's an exhibition game. I don't know what these exhibition games are. That's in Indianapolis.
They're games that don't count in your record, Steve.
Okay, all right. We never played exhibition games when I was there. We just went and started kicking ass early.
You had to beat the hell out of each other, then you played
exactly.
games.
Yeah, we didn't. And trust me, it was bloody and brutal. It was brutal. We didn't want to talk to each. We didn't eat pregame. We didn't eat training table together by the end of camp.
But this schedule, the way it starts out, November the 5th, they play Alabama A&M at home. I'm fine with that. You could have some games like that because you got to.
That's the South. They'll play hard.
November 9th, they played Marquette in Chicago.
In Chicago, that's a good road game. It's a good road test for them.
And then you've got 3 more softies. Milwaukee, Incarnate Ward, Lindenwood.
Okay, what the hell is Incarnate Ward?
They got a really good FCS football program that makes running a national championship about every year. But then you've got Kansas State coming to Bloomington. That's a power conference team.
Power conference team, yeah.
Then you get Bethune-Cookman. But then you open up Big Ten play at Minnesota, which at Minnesota is always a tough place to play, even when you're good. And then
the ice rink.
Then we get to the interesting stuff. We get to play in Indianapolis against Louisville, which we need a little revenge because last year, didn't they beat the hell out of them?
You know what that is, Mike? That's December 6th, man. That's the night before my birthday.
Is it?
Yeah.
That makes your birthday December 7th.
Pearl Harbor Day, baby.
Yeah. A lot of bad shit happened on December 7th.
You know who else's birthday is December 7th?
Who?
Larry Bird.
Okay, so we got one
That's not all we got in common there.
Yeah. Well, you both play basketball.
Well, he played basketball. I helped out on a team. I was a playing manager.
In your defense, you could have helped out on his team too. All right, next up, we've got Penn State at Bloomington. Then
You know what's going to happen at Penn State, don't you? They're going to be pissed off because we kicked their ass in football earlier.
well, we haven't yet, but we're about to.
We're
All
about
right,
to.
December 13th at
There you
Lexington,
go.
Kentucky.
How
Indiana
many people are waiting
versus
for this game?
Kentucky. I'll be in Tennessee having to watch it. I got to coach a football game in Tennessee on December.
Two has-been programs still carrying that kind of clout for TV.
Well, I think does Kentucky. I think Mark Pope did bring them back last year. It's just if DeVries could do the same thing here.
I think he can.
Yeah, we got
I
it. I do too. And then you've got Chicago State at Bloomington, Siena at Bloomington, and then the Big Ten season kicks off with Washington, and then you get at Maryland, at Nebraska, at Michigan State.
Look at the road trip we got.
What? No, wait. Nebraska is at home. I got that wrong. So it's at Maryland, Nebraska at home, at Michigan State, Iowa at home, at Michigan. I'm looking for the Purdue game, January 27th. Oh, this is going to cause mass problems too. When they play Purdue in Bloomington, January 27th, Steve, it's going to be on Peacock.
Only on Peacock? Go there. Oh, no. Indianapolis will override that.
Everybody's going to freak out. You can't override the Peacock.
You can't override the Peacock?
Not like the NFL. I mean, actually, if you're an IU fan, you almost have to have Peacock because they're going to play Purdue in Bloomington.
And then they're coming out my way. I'm going to 2 games.
We could get you in there, but you always say that.
Well, get me in there. Give me press passes.
They play at UCLA, at USC. Both of those are on Peacock also.
I will give you live broadcasting.
Hey, Steve, we're going to do this. You talk real quick. You keep talking to everybody, and I'm going to answer a phone call, okay?
All right.
Go ahead. Keep going, Steve.
All right. Okay. Well, we got Purdue, which, Boyler's ranked number 1 in the country right now. Looking strong. Yeah. Matt's got those guys clicking again. He's doing a good job recruiting there. This Peacock thing annoys me. I don't understand why they do that with games like this. And then you got Indiana coming out here my way. I will attend both these games. They're playing out at Pauley Pavilion against the mighty Bruins.
Hey, real quick, Michael Houghton made a prediction here.
Yeah.
By January 27th, Purdue will not be in the top 5.
Oh, well, that's, way to go. That's like saying Penn State won't be ranked number 1 by week 7 in football.
Yeah, but I think Purdue probably will be in the top 5 by January 27th.
Like I said, I can't put anything on preseason right now.
We're not putting anything on preseason. We're basing off all the guys that got back from last year.
Okay, well.
Which is a lot.
All right.
And the guys they added. I think they'll be pretty good. I hope
UCLA and USC will give them a good test. That's a great road swing for them. They got to learn to manage themselves in Los Angeles. I'll take them out. I got some local establishments I'll take them to. And they'll perform great against UCLA. I'll get a bus. We'll go hit some party spots out here, and they'll be for shit for USC, but that's all right.
All right, Steve. Anything else you want to discuss before we get off
the rest of the schedule? Wisconsin. We got Oregon.
It's all Big Ten. Just go look it up, people.
Yeah. God, Mike.
Well, I don't know how good any of them are either. I just
wanted to go all service the work we do on this program.
I just wanted to go through
look it up.
I just wanted to go through the non-conference because we know we play there.
I think the big things that DeVries can be right now is setting his culture. That's number 1. He's got to establish his culture. He's got to get a pecking order of players, where players are going to slot, where they're going to fit in. It seems like this team seems unselfish based on what I've seen and what I've heard about practice. I got another conference call with him on October 28th. So anybody has any questions they would like me to ask, Coach?
Just send a link. We'll just jump on with him, all of us.
What?
Well, just all of us will jump on with him. Just let me know.
It's for former players only. If I trust me, Mike, if I can find a way to do that,
Not me. I mean, everybody else. We get Michael on there.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding these idiots out there?
You call Michael an idiot?
I call everybody an idiot but me. So.
I want to know where Robert is.
Me and Donald Trump are the only two sane people left in the world.
Donald Trump's a moron too. So
you think so?
they're all morons.
They're all morons.
If you're a politician, you're a moron.
I think setting a culture right now, keeping everybody healthy. That's critical. Is start to back down on your practices. Players should be in good shape. They did a great conditioning program preseason.
Michael said thanks for calling him an idiot too.
I didn't call him an idiot. I said everybody's an idiot.
Well,
if he lumps himself as everybody, that's his problem.
Thanks, Steve. We are everybody because you said everybody.
No, you're somebody.
You called us all idiots.
Michael is somebody, and you're somebody. You're not everybody.
Okay. Yeah, now you're just kissing our ass. But all right.
All right. I'm trying to get through this and be serious. I told you I was going to be serious this year and not jack around, and you're jacking around.
I'm not jacking around.
So stop
I'm just trying to make it not boring.
Keeping everybody healthy.
There's Robert. He said, yo. See? Robert,
where's Brian? We got Brian on you.
I don't think that the little midget from Fort Myers is probably going to
ever coming on again. Oh,
no, he just listens and touches himself probably.
Oh, stop it! Now that's me.
To you.
Keeping everybody healthy, avoiding any major injuries, anything like that. Right now, back down your practices. You start getting into games now. You're conditioned. You're ready to go. Give the kids a little bit of rest. Because once the Big Ten season, when you get into the Louisville, Kentucky mix-ups and into the Big Ten season, the road travel. I mean, Indiana hasn't seen a swing like UCLA, USC in a long time.
Not since last year. Not since last year.
Did they ever make a two-game road trip like that?
Everybody does. Everybody has to.
Okay.
I think they played Washington and
it'd be Oregon. It'd be Washington, Oregon.
I think it was Washington and Oregon. Yeah, they played them
on the national swing there.
That worked out really
well. It's exciting. I will get and maybe I'll try and get an interview with DeVries or something like that. I will have you get me press passes for that, so I can go into the press conference.
Well, actually, if you talk to him, you could probably just have him do it. Save me the trouble.
No. I don't want to ask this program.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I'm a former player. I mean, you gotta understand, it's a different culture with former players now. This is anyway.
They don't treat you all as well as they used to.
They don't.
Maybe this guy will do better.
But you got to remember, though, my 50th anniversary of 1981 is coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, we still got 6 years, Steve.
Yeah, I know. All right. So staying healthy, building a culture, establishing player contribution profiles, rationale where they're all going to fit. I thought DeVries and Sisley did a great job of establishing themselves. I think they're established. I think DeVries is going to be your go-to guy on the court. I think Sisley is going to move into the lineup quickly and kind of be your, Risley with the ability to score kind of player, physical, not afraid of anything, get after it. He'll have, looks like right now he's got a little more offensive skills than I had. But that depends, too. I had offensive skills. I averaged 27 points a game in high school. Just at night, had other plans for me when it came to IU. So be it. Coaching staff, get his coaching staff organized. Make sure they all have know what their assignments are, what their roles are on the bench and game time. Who's standing up talking, who's not. Too many chefs spoil the broth. You know that old saying. Let the guys, have one coach speak, and you got to talk to players. Try and do it during timeouts if you can. Try not to bark crap out on the bench all the time. It just confuses players.
Robert asked when we can plan on seeing Steve in Bloomington.
You know what? I'll tell you what. It is going to be 85 and sunny here today, and it's going to be 85 and sunny.
Not Robert.
I will be on Christmas Day sitting in my shorts out by my pool having turkey, watching NBA, NFL, whatever's on, outside on our big screen TV outside by the pool, not sitting in my house watching it snow, freeze, or anything like that. So when are you going to see me? You know what else we never have here? Humidity. So I'll go back to Indiana, get the heat. Nice, good. Got 98% humidity. Don't have that here.
All right, guys. Steve, next Monday, 1 o'clock, we'll recap Baylor.
Sure, why not?
All right, Monday, 1 o'clock, right here, same bat place, same bat channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification on YouTube. Follow us on X @GruelingTruth. But for now,
can I make one comment?
No, yeah. But
To all of you listening and all of you not listening, this is going to be the most informative, best IU basketball show done locally of anyone on the internet or on a podcast site. Nobody will be able to do it, especially with Todd Leary's situation.
hold on.
Nobody will be able to do it better than us.
Yeah, because I mean, Steve won't get arrested. Michael, hey, Mike, if you don't have plans Saturday, I have an extra ticket for IU UCLA. I actually have to play my high school team plays for the South Division Championship. It's in Columbus, Ohio.
Tell Michael to sell that thing. I heard IU tickets football are going for
But
$1,000
Mike,
a pop
if
now.
you keep asking one of these Saturdays, I'll be free, especially if it is like in the November 7th, 8th range. I don't know if they play at home, but because my team will play in Columbus, Ohio, and then the next week we play at Indiana Wesleyan for a conference championship. But I appreciate the offer, and I would have taken you up on that if I didn't have previous plans. The thing that sucks for me with he keeps playing on Saturday, and I'm missing all the IU games when they're good. But all right, so make sure you follow us. Check us out. 1 o'clock next Monday. We'll wrap up the Baylor game for the legendary Steve Risley. I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.